Friday, March 4th, 2016. Bilal. Bilal was young, fearless, and desired to join his ancestors who fought and were killed by the American soldiers. His cause was just in his eyes, however, the virus coursing through his blood activated far too soon, causing a violent fever. He exited the plane and entered Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport in a hurry, heading for the nearest restroom where he found comfort hovering over the toilet, vomiting violently. He knew his mission was to make it to New York. Unfortunately, Bilal didn't believe he could make it out of the restroom alive. Blood found its way within the toilet bowl as his insides slowly began to decay. He started breathing heavily as strands of saliva, blood and sweat all dripped from his face and into the swirling pool. The cool temperature of the porcelain pillow soothed Bilal as his eyes struggled to stay open. He eventually succumbed to the virus and was grotesquely displayed with his head submerged within the bowl covered with blood and vomit. Bilal entered a peaceful place as golden fields and crystal blue skies painted the landscape. His ancestors waved from beyond the field, calling him towards them. He smiled and knew his mission was a success. He walked towards his relatives, slowly taking in the beautiful landscape, smelling the scents of the flowers nearby being blown in the wind. Suddenly the sky fell dark and his ancestors ran towards him with knives and guns. Fear painted their faces as they attempted to kill Bilal. He felt their weapons as they stabbed and shot him. It made him angry, and a deep primal instinct within lashed out. He even tore a chunk of his uncle's face with his teeth and swallowed it. He enjoyed the taste of the flesh and continued to attack while his ancestors looked in horror as he killed one by one, not being affected by their attacks. Bilal continued his quest for flesh until he lost consciousness. Bilal awoke in the main entrance of the airport, leaning against the wall. Blood and entrails dripped from his lips and a taste of metal was in his mouth. Unfortunately, he was no longer in control of his actions, but his consciousness was intact. The body began to rise and moved with athleticism he never thought he had. He soon realized the intent of his actions, the body's actions. Bilal lunged towards a child that seemed to flee from a location once hidden from his body. He also noticed a young woman in pursuit of this child. She had not been bitten yet. However, she was not as quick as his body at reaching the child. His hand clenched around the child's arm, pulled her towards his mouth, and he bit into her forearm. He could taste her skin, a moisturizing lotion, and the warm blood in her body. Bilal's body continued to scan for another prey. He tried to take control of his actions, but couldn't. It was like something else controlled his movements, and yet he felt everything. A gaping wound on his lower back that was pouring out blood was now thickening. It slowly clotted and pushed out a screwdriver. It seemed the woman stabbed him in the back with it when she attacked his body. Scabs were developing quickly as the wounds healed. He noticed other walking abominations scanning their surroundings as he was, figuring that they were also not in control over their actions. He noticed hundreds of them traversing the airport while his body began to walk slowly towards the exit, and he felt the breeze on his skin. This was not what he was promised. Now the walking undead whose body hunted on its own terms. Bilal lost consciousness on several occasions and awoke in a new location, each time bearing new scars and a mouthful of warm flesh. It appeared his mind needed to rest, however his body did not. A unique select were genetically immune to the virus, not allowing their bodies to turn. A pheromone normally released during turning stops the infected from perpetually eating its victim. Those immune to the virus were eaten to the bone. Bilal remembered each victim's face he encountered, and they haunted him as he slept, knowing that he was dooming them to the same fate as his own, or in few cases a gruesome death. Months and years passed and no real sense to Bilal. He slept and awoke on his own clock. Night only allowed him to hunt undetected, since his body didn't need sleep. He wondered if it was ever revealed who caused the outbreak, and if his family was in fact given compensation for his actions. But now being the infected, he worried what is to protect his family from the virus spreading back home. Think is all he could do since he no longer had the ability to act.